Hey there, good morning. My name is Marcy Barbaro from the Calm Center for Yoga and Meditation in INSA. And this is a 30-minute session called Yoga for Strength. And I believe that we can do little things every day to keep our bodies strong, but we don't have to work so hard that, we're killing ourselves, we're feeling like we're going to throw up, that we're sweating buckets. We don't want to return to it. So my belief has always been, let's make everything accessible so that we want to return to it. Not so horrible that we never want to do that again. We've all had those kinds of workouts. Okay, so just one thing about tension in the body. The body only knows tension. So it doesn't know whether you're picking up a 10-pound bag or whether you're picking up an imaginary 10-pound bag. It all has to do with how you engage. So when we move our arms, and I maybe have you from here, and I ask you to close them, you can do that with your arms loose and nothing much happening, or you can really pull as though you're pulling imaginary weights together. So look at the difference in the tone of my arms when I do that. Up here, I'm not engaged, I'm not thinking about tension at all. I'm closing and opening my arms, la-di-da. Now I'm going to engage them. I'm going to imagine that I'm pulling something. Same with this. Pushing, pulling, pushing. So I'm actually like getting warm. Okay, so think about tension, think about engaging. Don't get so uptight about it that you stop breathing. Okay, all right, we're going to begin today's class on the back, and I want you to have maybe one fold in your blanket under your head. What I don't want is a big open throw to the ceiling, so you're going to have to decide what you need. I'm going to put one little small fold there, and I'm going to put the back of my skull there, not my whole neck and shoulders, just the back of my skull to support. Okay, let's start warming up the body here. So resting back of the head on the blanket, knees bent, lower back is down, feeling quite comfortable here. This is a great pose to take first thing in the morning when you wake up, especially if you're a stomach sleeper and your back is hurting. So lift up the right foot, grab the back of the right thigh, and squeeze that in. So it's right against your ribs and against one side of your belly. And you're going to add some ankle circles both ways. And then you're going to gently point and flex the foot. Not a 10 out of 10. All right, then holding the back of the thigh, lift the head and shoulders, round the spine, bring the forehead toward the knee, lay back down. Bring this ankle across over here to the opposite knee and push this leg away, this knee away. That's opening up the hip a little. Then hands come down. Start to rock a little bit side to side, and don't overdo it. We're just warming up the body here. Good. And we'll bring that down, moving to the arms. Arms up in the air, point your fingers, make some circles. And then get a little bigger with those circles. Go the other way. Okay, now we're going to bring the elbows out to the side on the floor and then bring the arms up. Hold down, bring the arms up. Hold down, bring the arms up, and just add some wrist circles. These days we're being super hard on our wrists because we're on our phones so much. Okay, grab the back of the left leg, squeeze it in. It's against the left ribs and the abdominals on the left side. So you're really squeezing that in. I need you to smile and breathe. So when you breathe in, you're going to notice that everything inflates a bit and it pushes your leg away a smidge. And then when you breathe out, you're squeezing it in. There might be a little bit of gas that comes out, that's okay. These things happen. Okay, and now we're going to add some ankle circles here. And the other way. You're going to hear some pops and cracks. That's good. And then gently pointing flex, okay? Gently. Good. Now lift the head and shoulders, round the spine, bring the forehead toward the knee. And if you have a lot of flesh on your chest and your belly, that's going to be difficult for you. That's okay. We're all built differently. Bringing this ankle across to rest on the opposite knee. And we'll take the left hand and push the left knee away. Hands come down and add a little bit of movement there. So this is warming up the lumbar spine. This is opening up the hip. Good. Easy. All right, uncross that, bring that down. Arms come up in the air, cross the right arm in front of the left. Bend the elbows, bring the hands down and grab a hold wherever you can. And now I want you to pull your chin down. So that's really lengthening all the way up from the base of the spine, all the way up to where the head rests on top of the spine. And breathe. Good. Hands come down. Walk your heels in so they're closer to your buttocks. We're going to lift up the bum and rest here in what's called a bridge pose. If this is difficult, I want you to jam those elbows into the ground and use the back of the arms and the elbows for some support. Notice when I breathe how big my belly's getting. That's okay. And then lower down. Arms back in the air, left arm crossed in front of the right. Bend the elbows, bring the hands down. And let's shimmy side to side here. Turn your head. That feels nice. Unwind the hands. We're going to move back into a bridge pose. So heels are walked in close toward your buttocks. Lift up, and this time, roll your arms underneath and clasp your hands if you can. If you can't, just put your hands down. Maybe you can even reach your heels the way I can. And open up your front body. So we're strengthening the front of the hips here and the abdominals. Oh, and the back. There's just so much going on. It's great. Come on down. Lift the feet. And squeeze that in. Rocking side to side. So this is a nice way to soothe the lower back anytime those muscles get sore. And you can do this in the morning in bed. Just take your pillow out from under your head so you're not all scrunched up here, and rock side to side. Great, we're going to do a variation. Actually, let's do this abdominal move first. Hands down, feet in the air, and we're just going to start putting one foot down at a time. You can just tap your toes. And you're going to start to feel some heat in the lower abdominals. In fact, if you were to press your fingers in, you can feel those abdominal muscles working. It doesn't matter to me how many inches of protective covering you have to push through. I have some too. But you can feel those abdominals working. So that's great. Okay, good. Now flex the feet, hands down. We're going to lengthen one leg, pull it in. Lengthen the opposite leg, pull it in. So I know you know what we're doing here. It's more ab work. Breathing. So you can breathe in when you straighten the leg. Breathe out when you pull it in. Let's do one more each side.
routine that you could do every day to strengthen your body. Okay, so now we're going to imagine that we're hugging a tree. And then open up the elbows to the side. Now this is when I want that muscle tension to come into play here. Squeeze the tree. Pull it out to the side. Take a breath in. Squeeze, breathe out. Open up, breathe in. This should be strenuous. Squeeze. Open up. Really imagining that you're holding something with all your might. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're doing 3 more. Breathe in. These are called chest flies. Breathe out. Breathe in. You should feel the muscles popping up in your chest. Breathe out. Here's our last one. Out. In. Great. Okay. Moving to the lower body again. Look, we're doing everything lying down. Who doesn't love a workout lying down? I do. Okay. Open your knees and put the bottom of your feet together. Your knees might flop all the way to the floor, or you might be like me where you do not have a lot of flexibility in external rotation of the hip. It's okay. You can still do this exercise. Hands down. Now push the feet together and lift the buttocks. This is called a frog bridge. Lower down. So this is for inner thigh groin muscles and for the outer hip. Okay, so we're going to do several more. Lift up, lower down. Don't be shy. We all need to strengthen these inner and outer thigh muscles more. Most of us are strong on the top of the leg, strong on the back of the leg, but these little muscles in here don't get that much attention. Well, we're putting an end to that now. We're going to do 5 more. Push the feet together, lift, lower. So we should probably breathe in when we lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe in, lower. Breathe in, lower. Breathe in, lower. 1 more. Remember, that's it. Breathe in, lower, and then step your feet nice and wide. Wider than your hips, please. Arms come out. Knees go one way, turn your face the other way. Inhale, knees and head up. Exhale, turn. Inhale up. Doesn't this feel nice? Exhale, turn. Now I'm going to have to keep checking my watch because I forgot to set timers. So forgive me. Good. Can you believe we're almost 15 minutes in? We haven't even gotten up yet. That's good. Now, roll completely to the side. Turn onto your side. Tuck your head under your arm under your head. I need you to remain here for 2 breaths. This regulates your heart rate. The easiest way to get up, straighten the top leg, bring that other hand in front of you and push and bring yourself up. Okay, good. We're going to bring the blanket out of the way unless your knees bother you. If your knees bother you, bring the blanket under your knees. Okay. A little bit more of our strength work. We're in a tabletop here, and we'll just do a cat-cow pose. So that's flexion or extension of the spine, flexion of the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, good. Now I want you to walk your knees back. And we're going to bring our hips forward. So we are now in a low plank. And you are lifting the pubic bone. If you don't like the sound of that, then you're lifting your lower abdominals toward your chin. And you're going to hold here. Look forward, relax your neck, relax your throat, and breathe.
Good. And we'll soften, push back the hips, lay the forehead down. This is called child's pose. Some of you might have your bums in the air because they don't go back the way mine do. That's okay, stay with me. All right, come forward. We're doing another low plank. So hips come forward, but don't just drop, okay? We're not doing that. That's terrible for your back. Instead, lifting from here toward the chin. So you're locking up your front body. This is strength building. Push into your fingertips. Use your entire hands. Relax your neck. So don't look up. Don't look way down. Just relax your neck where it's comfortable. Breathe. Keep holding. It's hard for me too. Okay, now instead of going back, we're going to bend the elbows, lower, lower, bring your belly down, lower. Stack your hands. We call this crocodile breath. Put your forehead on the back of your hands and breathe. Okay, hands at the ribs, push up, glide back to child's, come on forward to your low plank position, lift your belly button towards your chin, bend your elbows, look down, lower, lower, lower. At some point you're gonna collapse, that's okay. Hands at your ribs, and this time lift up, pull your chest forward, shoulders back, smile. We call this cobra pose. Now, push back through the hips, back to child's pose. Round the spine, come up. Hips forward, one more. Bend the elbows, look forward, lower, 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 lower. At some point you're going to collapse. This time, instead of pushing through the hands, bring the arms down, elbows under you. This is called Sphinx pose. You'll notice my feet are quite a ways apart. I'm making room in here in my lower spine, as opposed to bringing everything together and tightening my buttocks. I'm trying to create some space. Pull your chest forward, smile and breathe. Good. And we're just gonna roll out of this one instead of coming all the way back up. Okay, let's come up to standing. Okay, good. And while standing, we're going to bend at the hips, bend the knees, and start to bring your ribs towards your belly. Hanging upside down. Now hold on to your legs, hold on to the back of your legs, or bring your hands to the floor. If that works for you. And if you can't reach the floor, you know, in yoga, in a yoga studio, we would use yoga bricks to bring the floor closer to you. But if you had a nice fat dictionary or a novel, something like that, you could use books, okay? Good, nice, hanging on our forward fold. Okay, one hand on one thigh, other hand on the other thigh, send your buttocks back. Push into your feet. We're using our leg muscles to stand up. Push your arms into those strong legs. And rise up. Good. I'm just going to adjust my camera because I cut my head off there a little bit. That's okay. Coming back to the mat. All right, so more standing poses for strength. Remember to keep your muscles engaged. So inhale your arms up with power. Push down with power. Okay, so here's how I do it unengaged. No muscle tone whatsoever. Bring them up. Like you have to pull them through some kind of really thick liquid or mud and bring them down. We're going to do two more. Now we're adding the breath. Inhale, breathe up. Look up. Exhale, push. Bring down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, push. Down. Good. It's nice to have a nice little soft bend in the knees for this next one. Open your arms nice and wide, like I demonstrated at the beginning. Pull together. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull together.
arms are engaged. Inhale, open, like you're pulling through a bucket of mud. Pull together, okay. Palms to the front, pull back one, push. Pull back, push. Let's switch sides. Pull back, push. Pull back, push. Let's do both. Pull back, shoulders down and back, and turn sideways. It's not here, it's here. Good. Push, pull back, push, pull back, push. Okay, so that's a push-up. All right, hands at the heart, little bend in the knees. Now turning, opening up to one side. I'm gonna step forward here because the wall's there. Come back to center. Open up to the other side. Come back to center. Spinning and opening. Coming back to center. Spinning and opening. Come back to center. Now inhale your arms up overhead and you can clasp them. Sorry, I cut my arms off here, but I'm clasping my hands like this. And lean to one side. Now use your feet here. And also pull your arms so that they're snug against your skull. And come on up. Can we go to the other side? Inhale. Exhale up. We're repeating that. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale up. Same sequence. Now adding the legs. Okay, inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Lift your right knee as you squeeze. And then step back on your toes as you open. Good. Open the arms to the right side, left arm forward, come back to center. Now to go the other way, we have to bend that back knee, bend the front knee, hover, open, and come back. How are you doing? Are you wobbly? Step together. Open the arms up, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, pull down cactus arms. Close the cactus arms. Open the cactus arms, step back, left toes. Pull the knee up, step back. It doesn't matter that I changed the sequence a little, okay? Right arm forward, opening to the left. Come all the way back to center. Bending both knees, lowering down, opening the other way. Coming back to center. I'm a little wobbly on this side. Step together. Oh, I'm really wobbly on this side. Okay, we're going to repeat that. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, pull together. Exhale, open. Step back, right toes. Pull the knee up. Step back, right toes. Open up, right side, meaning left arm comes forward. Hands back to the heart. Bend the knees, hover, open the other way. Come back to center, step, side by side. Let's inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Close them up. Open, step back, left toes. Bring up the left knee. I'm feeling stronger this time. Flex the foot. Step back. Good. Right arm forward, left arm back, opening. Come all the way back to center. Bend the knee, hover, and open up to the other side. Come all the way back to center. Step the feet side by side. Now, we're going to move into a single leg balance called tree pose here. So, standing, feet side by side, and open up your right knee to the side. And bring that foot in to land. Toes can stay on the ground if you're new. Foot can go on the inside of the shin, or if you have really open hips, it would go on the thigh. That doesn't really work for me, but it doesn't go on the knee. Despite the fact that the knee seems like a great hook for the bottom of the foot, if we were to push into that knee and send it sideways, that's not really great for the knee joint over time. So let's have a safe practice. I'm going to keep my foot on my shin. Now this is when it's best not to look at me, but to look at a mark on your floor or your carpet or on your lower wall. Stand on that standing leg and I want you to squeeze the butt cheek
of the standing leg to pull yourself up. So instead of kind of drooping down into the pose, pull everything up. So we're using muscles of the abdominals and the back working together, strong hips, single leg strength, hands at the heart. Now, if you feel good here, bring the arms up. So these are the branches of your tree. And then we're going to bring the hands to the heart and step down. Great. Let's try the other leg. All your weight in your right leg, open your left hip or your left knee to the side. Bring the foot in and have it land wherever works best for you. The next step is to tighten up this butt cheek on the right side and focus your gaze on the ground. Hands at your heart, nice and strong on that standing leg. We're using the wrap of the abdominal and back muscles to keep us upright. If you wish, add the arms, relax the shoulders down, and pull yourself up by the crown of your head. It's okay if you wobble. Woo. And step down. I need you to step down early there. We're doing it one more time per side, okay? Listen, you can always do this closer to a wall. You can also do this right by your kitchen counter or have a chair, a very sturdy chair on your sticky mat, okay? Open up left hip, bring it in. Oh, no, other one. Open up right hip, that's where we started. Bring the foot in. Squeezing left butt cheek, pulling yourself up. You can really see the difference, right? So which one are you? Look in the mirror nearby. Good. Up. Nice and strong. Nice shallow breath. That's when we take a shallow breath when we're balancing so we don't rock our whole body. Hands to the heart, step down. Woo, much better. Let's see how the other side goes. Right leg. Open up left, land the foot. Squeeze the butt cheek and draw yourself up. That's the part that so many people miss. So I'm all engaged in my whole torso. Butt cheek is squeezed. Good. Hands at the heart. Float the hands up. If that works for you today. Good. Bringing it all down. Step down. Walk on the spot. I know you're not going to believe it, but that's actually been 29 minutes. So in yoga, we always end class with laying down. I'm going to show you one thing that I want you to work on when the class is ended. Okay? I'm just going to lower my camera a little bit again. This is called legs up the wall. So I want you to find a wall in your house. Bring your yoga mat or your blanket nearby. Nothing under the head for this. Unless you've got that big arch and you just need a tiny bit of height, like we did in the beginning. But what I want to avoid is this kind of thing when you're laying down, okay? So you bring one hip to the wall. And this is going to look ridiculous, by the way. There's no graceful way to do this. You're going to throw the legs up to the wall. My legs are bent, notice, and lay back down. Some people think they have to have their bum right against the wall so that they're opening up the back of their hamstrings. That's not what this pose is about. I'm going to come down so I can keep talking to you. This pose is about draining the lymph and the fluid in your legs. This is really healing, really good for you. Okay, so I've reached my 30-minute mark here. So I'm going to sign off. But I want to say to you, registration is opened up for the town of Dennisville, and this class will be running once a week. It's called Yoga for Strength. I'm Marcy Barbaro of Calm Center, and this is the kind of thing we'll do, although it's a 50-minute class, and we'll include a rest at the end that we all need. Okay, so hands to the heart. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.